So we're here, week 5 of the build program now, and I just wanted to cover some of the key milestones because this week's been a really big week in terms of visually the things that have happened. And a lot of the time in the build program you'll see changes, but there's certain weeks that you just see massive changes, and this week was one of the weeks. So we're here in the top room on Nimble Nest 2. This is the largest room, but we've now got the studding in. You can see the studding for the roofs now in as well. The guys outside are doing the LED flashing to ensure we're watertight. So that's been a big breakthrough for this week, for this room. I'm going to cover the rest of the rooms now. So another big breakthrough this week is we sat down on site with our structural engineer, and as you can see, we have staircases now. So the staircase is installed, which means we've now got access to the loft space. So this has been a real breakthrough, and you're starting to get a visual idea now of how the landing is going to be configured, how the staircase is going to be configured, and then we'll take it through to the next studio room. So we're now standing in the smallest room in the house, and this is going to be the HMO room. You can't quite see it here at the moment, but you're going to have a bed here, you're going to have a desk. The opening to the HMO room is going to be here because this is where your landing is. This is the support for the staircase that we were discussing. But over here is going to be where you have your ensuite. There's going to be an ensuite in this corner here. But more importantly, as you can see, this is going to be the landing, and this now goes into Studio 3. And this is where I can start to get an idea on room dimensions. So walk through, let me show you Studio 3. So where we're standing at the moment is going to be Studio 3. This is one of the larger studios, but what was a real breakthrough this week is I can start to get an idea of the main area and how the room's going to be configured. So as you can see along this back wall here, this is where the kitchenette facility is going to be. We're going to have a TV, we're going to have a bed, we're going to have space over there. But more importantly for me, I can start to get an idea of how the en-suites are going to look. Studding's up, en-suites. So it's a decent sized ensuite. So again, big progress this week. I'm very happy with that. We have studding. So this week we have managed to now get all the partition studding up. So for me, visually, when I'm walking through, I can start to get an idea of exactly where the en-suites are going to be, where the doors are going to be, where the rooms are, and this is when I can start visualizing the size of the rooms. So again, a real big breakthrough this week. The joiners have been grafting their nuts off this week. So fair play to them. So yeah, big week. So some weeks not a lot happens in particular rooms. This room here, Studio 4, has been a bit of a slow burner this week. As you can see, not a lot's happened. However, I'm very confident that next week we're going to see some massive progress. The reason being is, you may have seen from one of my previous videos, we had a variation. We've got to lower the floor, replace the joists, so we have a consistent floor level running throughout the room on Studio 4. What we'll also see here by this time next week is I'm hopeful that we're going to have the new doorway in place for the landing for both the HMO room and Studio 3. So, as you can see, we now have a staircase in the main entrance. Staircase going from the ground to the first, which is really starting to give you a visualization of how this is now going to look and how the configuration works. So again, big breakthrough. I'm really happy with the staircase now being installed. So let's see what next week has in store.